The Secret of the Master's Treasure. In a quiet town in the heart of the country, there lived a man named Arthur. Arthur was known for his integrity, which is why a close friend, before passing away, entrusted him with $100,000 for his orphaned son until the boy came of age. But life took a hard turn. A severe economic crisis hit, and Arthur lost his job. With no food on the table and his own children crying from hunger, Arthur did the unthinkable. He began dipping into the orphan's inheritance just to survive. Years passed, and the day finally arrived. The young man, now an adult, filed a legal claim to receive his inheritance. Arthur was devastated. He felt the weight of the world on his shoulders. With no way to pay back the money, he saddled his horse, or in today's world, got into his car, and drove aimlessly, praying for a miracle. He found himself parked in front of a small, humble chapel at dawn. He walked in, knelt in the back pew, and joined the morning service led by Father Samuel, a man known for his deep faith and kindness. After the service, Father Samuel noticed Arthur's pale face. He invited him to his cottage for breakfast. Over a warm meal of porridge and honey, the father asked, "My son, what is troubling your soul?" Arthur broke down and confessed everything. Father Samuel smiled gently and said, "Eat in peace, Arthur. The Lord provides." After breakfast, Father Samuel led Arthur to a locked study. When he opened the door, Arthur gasped. There were stacks of envelopes and boxes filled with donations and old coins. Father Samuel meticulously counted out $100,000 and handed it to Arthur. "Take this. Pay your debt. Your honor is worth more than gold." Arthur was stunned. "Father, I will pay every cent back, I promise." He rushed to the city, settled the legal claim, and cleared his name. The townspeople, who had whispered that he was a thief, were silenced by his dignity. Arthur eventually found work managing a large orchard for a wealthy landowner. He worked tirelessly for 3 years. By the end of his contract, he had saved $30,000. He immediately drove back to the small chapel. After the morning prayer, he sat with Father Samuel again. "Father," Arthur said, placing the bag on the table, "by God's grace, I have saved this. Here is the first installment of what I owe you." Father Samuel shook his head and laughed softly. "My dear Arthur, when I gave you that money, it wasn't a loan. It was a gift from the Father above. Keep this for your family." Arthur was bewildered. "But, Father, where did a humble priest get such wealth?" Father Samuel sighed and shared his secret. "Years ago, when I was a young missionary, I met a wealthy sea merchant. He saw my devotion and asked me to manage his investments. He told me, 'Take this, trade with it, and use the profits to help the brokenhearted.' Before he passed away at sea, he left me his entire fortune with one command: build churches, feed the hungry, and give to those who have lost hope. I am merely the delivery man." Then, Father Samuel looked Arthur in the eyes and, "Now keep this secret between us as long as I live." If you enjoyed this story, please support our page by sending stars and becoming a subscriber. Your support keeps us motivated to create more beautiful content like this. Thank you so much.